Hello dear students, today we are going to start a new topic, that is five kingdom system of classification. We'll discuss first of highlights of this classification. So this system was given by a renowned scientist. His name was Whittaker. He explained and he classified beautifully, and we had a understanding about his classification because we had many problems in previous classifications. He gave certain criteria to classify. We'll discuss one by one all kinds of criteria. See that one. First criteria, he took complexity of cell structure. That was the first criteria and one of the important criteria. It should have taken earlier, but when Whittaker came, he focused on that and then he took that criteria to classify organisms. We'll discuss about complexity. So when we have two kinds of cells. It is a very basic, prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Two kinds of cells are there, and these cells are becoming the base of classification, the first point of classification of Whittaker. Let me explain you about prokaryotes and eukaryotes. It is a very simple one. Try to understand. Prokaryotes, pro means primitive, and that karyotic word came from karyon, and karyon means nucleus. Those cells who are having primitive nucleus, they are known as prokaryotic cell. Easy to understand. What about eukaryotic? U means good, U means develop. Those cells who are having a developed nucleus, they are known as eukaryotic cells. Easy. Now the question is, what is developed nucleus? What is primitive nucleus? We have to understand this question also. We have to ask ourselves, what is primitive nucleus? What is developed nucleus? So when we have that one, this question, there is an easy explanation of, easy understanding of this question. See that one. These are the two structures, and when you look at these two structures, you'll get idea what is the difference between these two structures. Try to focus. I made that one sketch diagram. That is cytoplasm, that is nuclear membrane, and this is the genetic material. Inside the nucleus we have genetic material. So in this structure, what we are getting? There is a nuclear membrane around the genetic material. That is the idea. And here is, there is no membrane around genetic material. Those cells who are having absence of nuclear membrane, they are known as prokaryotes, primitive, not developed. And those cells who are having nuclear membrane around their genetic material, they are known as eukaryotes, developed. Easy? Very easy. Let me give you an example of this prokaryotes and eukaryotes. When we arrange our cell cupboard, so when we arrange that one orderly manner, it means we separate that this is the physics book, this is the physics notebook, this is chemistry book, this is chemistry notebook. So this is the proper arrangement. And when we throw here and there, we are in the habit of, after the school, after the coaching, we throw here and there. But there are students who are arranging well after finishing their classes. So when we have a nice arrangement, orderly arrangement, we have that one, development, sign of development. That is eukaryote. And prokaryote, when we are throwing here and there all things inside the room, we are making mess, hell of this place. So that is prokaryotes. It means we are making hassle We are mixing everything together. The next criteria is that organism's body, complexity of organism's body. So when we take this one, complexity, what we are getting? Unicellular or multicellular. Those organisms who are having only one cell, they are simple, and those who are having many cells, they may have complexity. It is natural because due to the increasement of cells, we have the division of labor, arrangement of cells, group of cells are making tissue, then group of tissues are making organs, then organ systems, then organisms. So the complexity are increasing. Mode of obtaining nutrition, that is again one of the basic criteria. We need energy for every work, all organisms, and to get energy we have to take nutrition, we have to take food. Food is our nutrition. And how we are taking nutrition, that is the question we have to solve. How, which kind of nutrition we are taking, what is the mode of nutrition, that is, are we are generating, are we are dependent upon others, that these are the questions we have to solve. Mode of nutrition. So we have two, autotrophs and heterotrophs. When we have autotrophic nutrition, those organisms who can make their own food, they are in the category of autotrophs. It is divided into two parts. Your focus should be here. Very important understanding we are going through. Autotrophic, those organisms who can generate their own food. Photoautotrophs and chemoautotrophs. When we take photo, this word is for the light. That is not for the picture. It is for light in biology. So that photo means light. Those organisms who can generate their own food in the presence of light, they are known as photoautotrophs. Those organisms who are making their food in the presence of chemicals, they are making, but the way of making is different. They are not using light, they are using chemicals. They are in the category of chemoautotrophs. I hope you have understood. Now, we have many bacteria, they are chemoautotrophs, like sulfur bacteria, it is a chemoautotrophic bacteria. We have cyanobacteria, it is photoautotrophic bacteria. These are three basic criteria. Then we take a classified. He made kingdoms. First one is Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plantae, Animalia. You have to remember the sequence. If you change the sequence, it will be incorrect. So you need to go through this sequence. You cannot shift first Protista, then Monera. Always we have to start with a sequence. Monera, it is unicellular prokaryotes. When it is prokaryotes, one thing is clear, it is not having nuclear membrane, less developed nucleus. Unicellular, it means not complex. These are the ideas we are getting. Protista, it is again unicellular, it means the common feature with Monera, but all organisms who are kept in Protista, they all were eukaryotes. That is the difference. You need to go through this difference, my dear students. Monera, Protista, slight difference only. Both are unicellular, but one is prokaryotes and one is eukaryotes. I taught you about prokaryotes and eukaryotes. When we take about fungi, we have unicellular, multicellular. We have one example of unicellular fungi, and you must have aware of this. That is yeast. We are using yeast to make bread, and there are so many food items are made after using of yeast. It is used for fermentation. So it is also eukaryotic, not having chlorophyll. It means obviously if there is absence of chlorophyll, they cannot make their own food. That's why they are showing heterotrophic nutrition. There is a very commonest mode of nutrition in case of the fungi, that is saprophytic. Which kind of nutrition they are having? Fungus, they are having saprophytic nutrition, sapro, and that's why they are known as saprophytes. So what is saprophytic mode of nutrition? Organisms who are taking their nutrition from dead and decaying part. I repeat, dead and decaying part. Like you must have observed that bread, when we keep for few period of time, what we observe that whitish growth of over the surface of the bread. Sometimes it is, when we have a longer period of time, it is looking black. These are the fungus who are growing on the surface of the bread. Leather items, that purse, and we have a shoes, jacket, when there is a moisture and we are not using, we observe there is a growth of fungus, a whitish layer on these items, because these all are dead. Okay everyone, so those organisms who are taking nutrition from dead and decaying part, this kind of nutrition is known as saprophytic nutrition. And who is taking? Fungus are taking, fungi are taking. So that is understanding. You must have observed that people who are exposing outside, not having the oil, not dipped in oil, it is having that one a whitish covering around. You must have observed. When you did not observe, try to observe this time. People who are not dipped in the oil, exposing outside, after some time, what is happening? There is a growth of the whitish covering, that is fungus. So that is saprophytic mode of nutrition, that's why they are taking. So all the fungi. Then we have plantae. Cell wall is the characteristic feature of this one, multicellular, and they have chlorophyll, so obviously they can make their own food. They are producers. Okay everyone, plants are producers. We are not producing food. We are committing mistakes all the time, that we are producing. We are not producing, we are cooking. We are not making, we are cooking. We are processing food to take. We are not making, not producing. Plants are producing. They are producers. Animalia, when we take multicellular eukaryotes, you know that one cell wall is absent in case of Animalia, and it is showing heterotrophic nutrition. This kingdom is having heterotrophic nutrition. So these are the basic highlights. When we understand deeper, so what fungi, Whitaker had to make a separate class despite of having cell wall. Fungi is having cell wall, a characteristic feature of the plantae, but he was unable to keep fungi in this plantae, because when he observed fungi, cell wall was not made by cellulose, it was made by chitin. And fungi are not able to do photosynthesis. So these are the two basic reasons. Plantae, it is the kingdom where all the plants, they are having a cellulose in their cell wall, that is the first one, and they can generate their own food. They are producers. Are you getting my point? And fungi are not fulfilling these two criteria. So that's why it is not kept in plantae. The next one is why it is not kept in Animalia. Due to the presence of cell wall. This is the basic difference. If cell wall is there, it cannot take place in Animalia. One of the characteristic features of Animalia, they do not have cell wall. Okay everyone, so that is the reason behind Whitaker had to classify, and he had to make separate kingdom, that is fungi. I hope you must have got the reason behind. Cell wall is made by chitin, that's why it is not kept in plantae. It is also heterotrophic, that is also, there is a one reason. And because it is having a cell wall, that's why it is not kept in Animalia. So, and when we take about that based on the nuclear membrane, so only Monera is not having nuclear membrane and rest are having nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane, the characteristic feature of eukaryotes. And when we take about obtaining nutrition, so it could be Monera could be autotrophic, both categories are there, photo, chemo, protista. Some are having autotrophic and some are not having. Fungi completely heterotrophic. Saprophytic mode of nutrition I explain you. Plantae having chlorophyll producers, they are generating food for everyone's. And Animalia heterotrophic, we are exploiting resources to get the nutrition. Okay, so we cannot produce our own food, we are dependent upon others. These are the basis of classification. So, my dear students, I hope you have understood. Try to go through all the concepts you have. There is one flow chart in your book. Try to read, try to make in your copy, try to understand. If you have any problem, you can comment. If you are liking my class, please send your love, subscribe, comment and like. Catch you later everyone. Keep on enjoying. Be safe, be happy.